Check it out, we got the visionaries in the house. Open FinHack, we finna break it down. Coders, designers, all hustling in the game. Create solutions, taking finance to a new plane. Open FinHack, we break the barriers, we set the pace. Unlocking the future, we taking finance to a new place. Collaboration and innovation, that's a style. Open FinHack, where dreams become a lifestyle. Open FinHack, we break the barriers, we set the pace. Unlocking the future, we taking finance to a new place. Collaboration and innovation, that's our style. Open FinHack, where big things soon will arrive.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this event. Open FinHack is International Fintech Hackathon, and as this tailor-made song that you just heard suggests, it's the space and time where people meet. We're bringing together innovators, developers, designers, and different industry experts to discover solutions to make financial services even more secure, inclusive, and accessible, of course, to everyone. So welcome. This is another, and actually the final pre-event before the actual hackathon takes place on April 9th. It's the beginning, and it is happening until April 13th. So you can still apply a few more days. This is April 2 today. So 2 more days until April 4, you have the possibility to apply for this hackathon. If you wish to do so, openfinhack.com. Openfinhack.com is the website. You'll find all the answers. Well, not all of them. We're also seeking for answers out of this hackathon. So your participation is very crucial. So today's pre-event is dedicated to the hackathon itself. So challenges and different business cases we will discuss today. So key themes is the focus of our today's pre-event. Also challenges that drive innovation during the hackathon and hopefully also afterwards in real market scenarios. So regardless of whether you are passionate about crowdfunding, fraud detection, maybe smart contracts, data insights, personalized banking, maybe financial literacy. So this session is going to be very valuable for you to get insights and also inspiration to help to prepare for the hackathon. We have 4 speakers today. You see them on the screen. Maybe you can just wave when I mention your name. Kārlis, Skuja. He's the Open FinHack Organiser, also the CEO of WindHackers. So he's going to be talking first about hackathon itself, about its main aspects. After Kārlis, Nauris, Bloks, hello. He's a board member and chief innovation officer at DelfinGroup, a well-known in financial sector in Latvia, the company. And his topic would be personalized banking or personalized financial services. Then Krišs Pujāts, hello. Co-founder in Gravity team. His theme would be smart contracts and blockchain. And then Tīna, Luse.
Hi.
You might guess who is that. Yes, managing director in Fintech Latvia Association. So we are very sort of political or industry level players also with us today. So Tīna is going to speak about the association itself and also the topic of financial literacy. All right, so thank you for being with us, watching, and thanks to all our speakers today. Thank you for your time in advance. We shall kick off now with Kārlis' presentation about the hackathon.
So, hello, and thank you for watching. My name is Kārlis. I'm the organizer of Open FinHack, and in my presentation, I will tell more about the hackathon, the teams, and also explain a bit the practical things, how the hackathon will be organized and what you can expect during this event. So first of all, why we organize this hackathon? And this is the question people asked me, and the people who participate in hackathons know this is the event where people come together, create innovative solutions. And this is also the case with Open FinHack, but the broader goal for this hackathon is to find new interesting solutions to make financial services more secure, inclusive and accessible for everyone. So we are really looking forward for new interesting solutions which will be developed and improved during this hackathon. And what is interesting, the researchers estimates that the innovation will drive cost saving about $1 trillion. And this is just by AI solutions. And AI these days is really a hot topic. But to make this happen, we need those innovations. And that's why how we can get this interesting new ideas. And Stephen Johnson said to get new ideas, there should be environment, people, know-how, and make it all together. We can get those ideas emerge and build. And that's why we organize the hackathon, which is itself kind of the way how we can find new innovative solutions, build teams, and make people work together on those specific challenges and specific teams. And for this hackathon, we defined 6 main teams. And first team is crowdfunding, then the fraud detection, smart contracts, data insights, personalized banking, and financial literacy. And now I will dig a bit deeper in each of those teams, but today's speakers will cover some of those teams even more in detail, so it will be interesting to hear their stories. So the crowdfunding, this team aims to work specifically on crowdfunding and how to improve a crowdfunding solution and ecosystem in general, because especially in our region, this is still new direction, and we are looking for participants to come with interesting solutions, how to make those crowdfunding solutions more user-friendly, then maintaining transparency and fund usage also is very important, because if we invest somewhere our resources, it's very, very important that we trust those solutions. And for each theme, if you see some kind of challenges from your own experience, or you have some interesting facts, or you did some research and you would like to work on that specific team with your defined challenges, then you are more than welcome to come and propose your solution. The second theme is fraud detection. This is these days actually really hot topic in the industry, because everyone is talking about that problem, especially with the generative AI technology. This is even more challenging problem to solve, and there is a high volumes of transactions, and how to detect those fraudulent activities. And so specifically for that theme, you can propose your solutions, how to detect and also how to prevent the fraud. So this is the challenges you can work on in that specific team. And smart contracts, Krišs will give his insights and perspective on that topic. But the smart contract or blockchain, it's still really actual topic in the financial industry, and those technologies is implemented more and more. And I think Krišs will agree with me that the blockchain is not just the crypto. There is many different applications how that technology could be used, and still there is a challenge is how to make it secure. One of the challenges with those technologies is the scalability, especially when there is a huge amount of the transactions, and how to integrate that technology in existing financial systems. So if you have any ideas how to solve those challenges, you are more than welcome to work on that specific theme. Then the data insights. It's actually one of the biggest and broadest theme for this hackathon. So the data is very useful, and you can make additional value out of those data. And with the data, you can improve internal processes like the anti-money laundering or know your customer processes, credit scoring, ESG right now in European Union is also a hot topic, and the big institutions is required to report the ESG results and processes. So that's why the data is very important. In the same time, as there is a lot of data, and it's important to ensure the data is accurate, and the data privacy also is very important when we look on the data, because if we would like to share this data with someone, then it's important that this provider of financial services can ensure their customers that their data is secure and protected. Then fifth theme is personalized banking. This is where you can come with the solutions how to make probably niche solutions, or probably you see that you can use existing financial and banking data to build new products and services, because also in European Union there is new regulation that I can transfer my data to the third-party data provider or data processor who can build new financial services. And also on that specific topic, Nauris today will share his experience, how they created several personalized financial services. And the last but not the least is the financial literacy theme. And there are several researchers around the globe, and one of the researchers in the United States showed that 60% of adult people cannot pass simple financial literacy test, which leads to several challenges and even problems, because people, if they don't understand the financial concepts and their finances, they make bad decisions, and no one in the industry is interested to that solutions and that cases. That's why you can create educational platforms, games, educational materials. So it's up to you what you can build specifically in this theme. There could be also the situation when you see that your solution or your idea is related to the several themes. Actually, that's okay. During the hackathon, the mentors and the team coaches will help you to focus probably on one specific use case. But initially, it's okay if you see that your idea fits in several topics. Okay, then regarding solutions itself, those solutions could be built for the end users or consumers, and so those solutions could also be built for the B2B sector. So it's not like that we are looking just for the apps, which could be used by end users on consumers. So you are free to build solution for B2C, B2B. Actually, if you see something for the B2G or other B2X, then it's also okay. Regarding technology, we encourage you to use like the Fintech ABCD, and we had a second pre-event related to this specific topic where you can use like the AI, blockchain, cloud, or data technologies to build your ideas, concepts during this hackathon. Then this is international hackathon. It's organized from Riga, but we actually invite people for around the globe. So if you have a great idea, you are more than welcome to join the hackathon. Regarding the participant profiles, this is not just a hackathon where like developers join and build something. We encourage to build team which consists of the business people who understand the market, the business. They have some know-how and that specific niche or industry. And of course, technical people is also important, who can build something, to understand what technically is possible. And of course, creative people who can build the solution and make great looking designs and great user experience in general. For this hackathon, we are looking for fresh ideas, which means that if you have just an idea, you are more than welcome to join the hackathon. But if you are early stage startup and you already have some kind of solution in place, then you can also be the part of the hackathon. The only criteria for those existing solutions, they should not be commercially available. So in other cases, you can come to the hackathon and improve it during the hackathon, get feedback from experts, and build something great with your team. Regarding the team, probably I will add a bit. So you can join with the team, but if you don't have a team, then this Thursday we have matchmaking and team formation event for registered users, where we will help you to find team members and then create the team. So don't be afraid that at the moment you still don't have a team and you are thinking, how can I participate in the hackathon? And thanks to the hackathon, thanks to the partners, this hackathon will provide you different type of support, like experts, like the prizes, and other opportunities. So thank you, partners. So partners are from the industry, from associations, from universities. So those partners are here to make great hackathon experience for everyone. So, and that's some practical things. So the mainly hackathon will happen in online with the in-person demo or awards ceremony, which means that during the March, we already organized 3 pre-events, and if you would like to rewatch them, then on the website you can find the links to all the previous events. And today we are talking about the challenges and hackathon teams during this pre-event. So hackathon itself will happen from 9th till 13th of April. First 4.5 days will happen online, which means that on the night there will be the kickoff. You will be introduced by team mentors, and we will explain what data and tools you will have during the hackathon. Then during the 10th till 12th of April, you will work on your ideas. During that the evenings, you will meet with the team coaches and expert mentors. And on the 13th of April, you will show your ideas to the judges. And 13th April, at the evening, there will be in-person awards ceremony, which also will be broadcasted online. So if you will not have a chance to join, so you will still have an opportunity to see this event online. And the teams will get an opportunity to get more than 5,000 euros prize fund. So when we will inform more shortly before the hackathon about the judging criteria, so how the best teams will be selected. So, so we are here to make new innovative solutions, and as Steve Jobs said, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. Even the new technologies and new challenges is coming. We still have a great opportunity to create those innovations and make this financial world a bit better place. Okay, so registration till 4th of April. So you still have a time to join this hackathon. So if you have any questions, then feel free to ask them today or send your messages to our hackathon platform or website. And if you have any questions today, then you're more than welcome to ask them. So that's it from my side. And I will pass then
yes.
mic to Krišs.
All right. Thank you, Kārlis. Yeah, regarding questions, if you have some questions, just feel free to use the chat section in the platform you're using to watch this stream. So no problem, we'll see those questions and we can address our speakers. All right, 3 to go. 3 more speakers today, so we need to be in time, I believe. So Nauris Bloks from the company named DelfinGroup. He's a board member there and also Chief Innovation Officer, and that goes very much in line with what Kārlis said about innovation, I believe. So let's hear about personalized banking, personalized financial services a bit more.
Yes, thank you, Oskars. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so my name is Nauris Bloks. I'm member of the board and Chief Innovation Officer at Latvian Fintech company DelfinGroup, and today I will talk about like our experience, what we have tried to do to personalize our financial services, which we are currently providing in Latvia, and also just opened the Lithuanian market. Before we jump into some case studies, let's briefly look back why actually there is some need for personalization in financial services and why it couldn't work like it was working like for hundreds of years. And the first is why personalization matters actually. The first big trigger was 2008 financial crisis, when a lot of people lost their trust to the traditional banking system, and they looked for some new options how they can receive financial services outside of the traditional banking sector. And also during the crisis, a lot of financial experts and also a lot of technical experts just lost their jobs. So they started to look what they can do with their expertise, and they started to build quite a lot of new financial products. And also at that time, there was already development into the technology space. And these technological advancements like cloud computing, mobile, which was accelerating quite fast, and also the introduction of real-time payment systems around the globe enabled that there is just technology adaptation happening that allowed to create easier some new solutions, to actually deploy some solutions and create them easier. Yeah. And with the growth of the mobile users, also the everyday user became more technologically savvy. So, and they wanted to use these financial services in very techy way. So the users actually desire that they have this tech-enabled financial services, and they are personalized for them, not standardized for mass production. So that's why the personalization matters. And with each year, actually, this just becomes more and more trendy to seek for your niche product which you like, and you want to use that, not the mainstream incumbent bank services. If you look on the pain points, why, or maybe what's wrong with the current banking services. So here is a survey from recent times about the primary bank pain points. And the first few pain points are related with the in-branch experience. So these long queuing times in branches, that's something that users are not tolerating anymore. So they want access to the speedy, fast services which they can actually not access through the branch, but online means. Also, if you have option to call your bank, then usually or financial services company, then it takes time while you reach the operator. And this is another pain point which users would like to solve, that there is no this friction when you can access the bank services. A lot of banks and financial services companies have already the online presence, but still there is majority of the functionality or majority of products that they cannot actually use in online forms. They still have to visit the branch or call the hotline. And that's a pain point which users also outline, that this is something that should be solved with the nowadays technologies. One thing which will correlate with financial literacy is that users expect that the banks and financial services also will educate about the different financial products and how financial products work. And this is also one thing that currently hasn't been solved by current players. And that's something that should be looked by newcomers into the market. And I think one of the most important things are lack of the tailored products and services which address specific client segment needs. So we each are different, and we like this personalized attitude. So we actually don't want to be one of the million users for your bank or for your financial services company. We want to feel special, and this is something where financial fintech companies have strived in the past 10 years. But there is still a lot of place to look into to actually find this client segment niche and service them with the best possible experience. And then other things like digital user experience on mobile and desktop versions. We know that on some parts of the financial services companies and banks is better, somewhere it's worse. And with the open banking, also a lot of users see that now there is possibility to consolidate all the finances in one place. And this hasn't yet happened in mainstream. So there are some solutions which consolidates either your budgeting or your accounts, but there is no real good solutions for all of this. So these are one of main pain points which I want to outline. The ones also who come up with the idea, try to seek if you are trying to solve these pain points. And we have some market players who have addressed these pain points much better, and who are like leaders. And the digital banking space, or challenger banks or neobanks, are one of the main drivers in personalization in the last 10 years. And here are two charts where we can see why they are the first. Yeah? So the first, we can see the features that are supported in each of these solutions. And the first three places are the neobanks, or these fintech players which started quite recently, and they were competing with the incumbent banks and financial service providers. And their approach is to release these features in high volumes and also with fast pace. And we can compare how Revolut, Wise, and Starling Bank has twice or three times more these iOS updates between this time frame than any incumbent bank. The one thing which is notably changing in the last few years is that actually incumbent banks are starting to catch up, and there is growth in how they are releasing features to the mobile apps and also to their web apps. So it means that they have seen that this idea that you should deliver these features more and in a faster pace is something that users are looking for. And that's what has been the competitive advantage for neobanks. If you look on the general trends or global trends, then there are a lot of things happening now. So a lot of technology advancements and also financial advancements. I will just mention a few which are, in my opinion, the main drivers for personalization. And the one still yet not developed area of the financial layer is artificial intelligence advices. I see this with the recent growth of the AI tools and AI capabilities will be the next 5-year one of the biggest trends, that AI will just become our friend or advisor how to manage our finances. So just imagine you go to the shop, you want to buy the latest purse or some kind of luxury item, and you ask to ChatGPT, like a financial system, can you afford it? And the system just gives you the response, okay, yes, or what you have to change in your current month budget, and actually give you this hard thinking, what could you do with your finances to afford this item? Yeah. So this is something that will just evolve in the next years quite fast, because the AI itself is developing very fast. And another thing is that is becoming more and more mainstream is embedded finance. It means there are more accessibility for business builders to not build from the scratch, but actually use already someone who has built a very good platform for any kind of financial services. Either it's card, either it's lending, or it's deposits, whatever. You don't have to build it from scratch. There are good solutions in place, and they are becoming also cheaper because there is more competition happening. So there is no need for you to plan that I will build my banking system from scratch, and it will take a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of expertise. That has been done already. And on the tech layer, the most notable are these voice-enabled actions, which we in Latvia still haven't started to use in a way that maybe it's happening in the English-speaking countries, that there is this option that you can talk, hey Siri, can I transfer 20 euros to my wife, and then it all just happens. Yeah, so we don't have such kind of solutions yet in place. Different reasons there, but that's something that in the future also will be as an opportunity going together with the AI advices. And augmented reality, virtual reality, all those will just create this personalized and immersive experience how you can work with your finances. And some other things like no code and low code tools will just allow much wider scope of the people to create these services. Using with embedded finance, you can drag and drop financial services. So that's something that you can already in basic level do today. So every one of us can be entrepreneur. So there is no need for this very deep technical knowledge anymore. So it just becomes more available to create these services. If you look on what matters to create these personalized services from like profit hacking pillars, then one thing that I want to outline, and a lot of product builders are failing, is that you should focus on very narrow client segment. Don't try to build for everyone. If you try to build for everyone, then most likely you will fail, because there are a lot of interests for a lot of different kind of people's customer segments. So focus on very specific niche. Find which will what is their pain point, and that they are willing to pay for this pain point to be resolved, and you will be already halfway to actually provide solutions. So this is something that should be taken carefully before you start to implement any kind of products. Also, we can see that these different kind of digital wallet and payment solutions or mobile banking services, they also started with very narrow niche. Like Revolut started just with the card payments. They didn't have even accounts and IBAN, so they started just with the debit card. Now they have expanded this looking on what kind of customer segments they can acquire in the next iterations of their business innovations. They have already quite a lot of these segments where they are playing a big role. But not all of these solution providers, financial services and banks, have tried to actually expand in different client segments. So this is something that should be in the next iterations. As a product builder, you have to be fast paced and iterate through the client segments and try to find what's compelling for them. Revolut as an example here, we may think that it's only cards and payments, but throughout the years, through the last 10 years when they have operated, they have created a lot of personalized solutions. Not all of them are available in all of the countries, but you can see just count-wise how much of different kind of products Revolut has created, but they started also with very narrow niche and then just expanded on everything else. So find your one way, and then you can expand, and you can go quite far with that. Let's look on some DelfinGroup experience, and the first case is about the lending. And before that, I will show you the three things in lending part that we have tried to implement to personalize our services. And the first is loan application. The old way was long forms that the clients had to fill in a lot of data by themselves, and then that was the main collection of these information. The new way is very short form, only required fields that regulation is requiring, and you try to collect the data from external data sources as much as possible. So the client friction should be very less, and everything that we can gather by ourselves, we can gather by ourselves. So we don't put this friction on the client that they have to try to figure out what's the data, what's needed there. During the underwriting process, old way was that there are some basic rules, then there is actually people who evaluates your loan application, and there are standardized rules how you do that. The new way is automated and also very personalized. So there's advanced rules and scoring models which looks on your specific, as a person specific situation, and then automatically decides what is the resolution, what is your credit worthiness, and how we could assess you. And then based on that, there is personalized offer for you as well. So the old way was that you sign the paper contract and then wait for money to be transferred. The new way is that electronically you just sign it and money is disbursed immediately. So there is integrations with the payment providers, with the payment services, that you can do it in the matter of seconds, not the days. Previously it was that if you transfer before 3, then you will get the money on that same day, otherwise it will be the next day. So that's not the case anymore. So you can actually create more personalized this experience for clients, more faster experience. And based on all these implementations, what we see from our experience, that our average loan application fill time is only 3 minutes. So customer can do that everything, all the data, only in 3 minutes. The 97% of the customers who start this loan application, they submit the loan application because it's just short and straightforward. Average loan application evaluation time is 20 seconds. So all these automated scoring models, everything, they run just for 20 seconds, collect all the data, and make a decision about this loan application. And in sunny day scenario, which is the best case scenario, if everything is fine with your data, then from starting loan application till actually getting money, either on bank account or available on or virtual card, it takes 5 minutes. It's like 5 minutes from starting or open our webpage and start the application. So, and that's something that we are proud of, that we are able to use these latest innovations in technologies and also create something by ourselves to make this very fast, personalized experience for each of the customers. The case 2 is the recent product which we launched in the market. It's a digital pawn shop. And the old way was that you had to go to the physical branch, wait in the queue, and then submit your item and application for appraisal or for evaluation of the client of the item's worthiness. And now the new way is that you can do it online. There is short form online. You add the pictures, and all the appraisal is happening remotely, so you don't have to actually leave the house. And also, previously you had to bring this item to the physical shop or branch and receive manually this item appraisal. And then when you are on the spot, you have to decide, will you actually do this transaction or not? Now, with all the personalization, all this new product approach, you can send the item via parcel machine, Omniva, DPD, or whatever machine you like, receive the final rating, and decide remotely about this transaction. So you actually have time and space to think through this and decide, is this best for you or not? And if you decide that this is best for you, previously it was only paid out in the cash. Now you can receive it on bank account or also in the cash. So this just creates new online channel which was not there before. So we actually can offer our clients something more in different way, in the way that they like. If you go back to the pain points, they don't like to wait in the quiz. They don't like to sit on the hotline. So this is the approach how they can do it totally remotely and with the online experience. And the last case is something that we are building yet. We haven't launched it, but this is something that I'm really, really excited in the future. And it's related with our retail e-commerce site. So we are selling all the pre-owned goods which we buy from the customers if they don't need their old phone. So we actually buy from them. We buy also from businesses their pre-owned goods, and then we resell and them on our e-commerce platform. And the current pain point was that when you get this item, you actually have to create description for it. You have to create the attributes for it, and also the recommendations. So now we have partnered with the Estonian partner, and we are building up the AI-based solution that can personalize the item description based on customer data. I will show the example what I mean by that later, but it means the description will be personalized by the people who actually enters the e-commerce site. Another thing that was the pain for operations is that you have to decide what kind of attributes will be for different kind of items that people want to sell. It can be a toaster, it can be a mobile phone, and there are different types of attributes. Now with the AI solutions, we can actually extract these attributes more efficient and provide them personalized to our customers, so that actually they don't care they don't care that toaster don't have the RAM, yeah. So they care that the mobile phone has the RAM. So, and we have to offer this this personalization, that they understand the attributes of each of the items which they are willing to buy. And the last one is that personalized recommendations, also based on the AI, based on the customer behavior, based on the information we have about customer, we can already tailor-made for him some offering which we see could be beneficial for customer in the future. And if you're going back to the personalized item description, then what I meant by that is that if customer is, for example, 25 to 45, and we can recognize that this customer is entering our e-commerce site, we can offer a bit more advanced description and with all the technical details included in description. But for example, if some senior is coming in our homepage, like 60, 65, we can offer already more simpler language just to try to explain what this device is about. And this is very exciting personalization with the AI, which you can do. You can actually segment the clients based on the data and then offer them very personalized description about the item. And we plan to launch it later this year. Just to recap on all what I have told, then my takeaways for you would be that find the customer pain point, whatever it is, small or big. Make sure that the pain point is real and very specific customer segment actually has this pain point and they are willing to pay. Otherwise you can focus on the pain point which nobody actually wants to vote with their money. Yeah? So you actually have to find who is willing to pay for it. Don't invent the new bicycle. Use the embedded finance. Use the solutions which are there, open source solutions. It will just be faster time to POC, proof of concept. Once you have proof of concept, just be fast-paced, do incremental changes till you find product market fit in larger volumes. And collect the user feedback either through data points or by talking with your customers to refine your product. And if you will do this, then I'm pretty sure that your idea will be very successful and it will help for a lot of customers to open new these availabilities to financial services. That will be it from my side.
Whoa, that was quite impressive. I mean, not only the opportunities mentioned generally, but also very particular cases and learnings from them. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you. All right, let's move on. We have two more speakers now. Time for Krišs Pujāts, the co-founder of Gravity team, and the topic is smart contracts and the blockchain itself.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, so nice to be here. So I am Krišs. I'm a CTO of Gravity team. And yeah, for those who don't know, Gravity team is crypto trading firm. We started our operations in 2018. Currently, we trade in about 25 exchanges across the world, all continents except for Antarctica. Yeah, 300 coins approximately is what we regularly trade. And yeah, we trade maybe 1% of the world's spot volume, which places us comfortably in top 15 largest crypto trading companies. So yeah, a lot has been achieved over these years. Also, I'm personally like a seasoned hackathon junkie. I have participated in maybe 15 hackathons in my life. So nice to be on the other side maybe this time. Yeah, and yeah, this year Gravity team is a proud partner of Open FinHack, and yeah, good to be here. So I will talk more about blockchain and cryptocurrencies element of finance, and I want to go yeah over some maybe lesser known elements of blockchain, because it's been around for some time already. And maybe many of you have already heard a lot of stuff, but I want to try to focus on lesser known and newer things. Yeah, maybe to bring the future a little bit closer, clarify some philosophy behind the cryptocurrencies, and give new ideas and extra angles to use when you try to better formulate your business idea. Just a second, I will turn on the light. Okay. 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 So blockchain as a technology is actually very old. It's about maybe 40 years old, and it started well in the 80s. It had several applications over the years, and cryptocurrency, like literally money application, appeared actually in 2009 when the first Bitcoin block was mined. And the previous speaker Nauris already touched upon the year 2008 crisis. Well, if the first Bitcoin block was mined in 2009, then it was developed during the years of 2007 and 2008, and yeah, the finance people watching this probably have interesting memories of that time. So Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general is sort of like the tech people and finance people response to that. It promised in the beginning. It promised like better money, and maybe for many years, Bitcoin used to be a solution looking for a problem, and yeah, many people sort of said that it's like poker chips or monopoly money. It's not real. But the thing that made it not real was actually lack of clear regulations, and that thing is changing fast. And the fact that more and more governments actually outline the regulatory framework for dealing with the cryptocurrencies actually sets the stage for those early promises of better money to finally somewhat become true. And we will go through some of the aspects that cryptocurrencies promise, and maybe this decade they can actually deliver. And so let's dive in. So one thing that has happened recently because of also the extra regulations in US is the creation of the Bitcoin ETF by BlackRock and Grayscale and other funds, which what it does to crypto is that you can actually buy crypto related asset or expose yourself to Bitcoin in New York Stock Exchange, and that has never been achieved before. That has never happened before. So the consequences are that many large corporations who does have some who does have assets on their books can now manage their portfolio by including elements of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin through those ETFs. And that drives up the price significantly. And for those who follow the Bitcoin chart or Bitcoin price, know that recently the all-time high was reached, something like 73,000, and now it has retracted slightly, but the general trend is that over the next few years it's definitely going up. It's not going down, that is for sure. Maybe for a short time, but it's here to stay. And as more and more regulations appear, there are less and less arguments to say that that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is poker money. This becomes more and more real. So even the central banks of the world are considering to build what is called in the business CBDC, central bank decentralized currency, like crypto, euro, or other similar products. And that is just to say that the central banks of the world acknowledges the power of decentralized finance, and they want to benefit from all the good parts that cryptocurrencies has introduced to the financial markets. Even more, the currently existing crypto stable coins like USDT and USDC, and also for euro, there are a few still relatively small, but they are already existing stable coins. There are already ideas that they can one day become equivalent to actually using euro or dollar in their respective countries. At least in new upcoming regulation in Europe, which is called MiCA regulation, which regulates the cryptocurrencies. There is a special section what a stablecoin issuer must guarantee or do to be legitimized, and that is just one step away from realizing that stable coins like stable euro coins are actually usable in everyday transactions and purchases. So the financial landscape is changing, and it's changing fast, and the governments of the world are respecting the cryptocurrencies more and more. It is important to note that although Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency around, as I said, year 2009, well, by the market cap, it's still the biggest, but there are many versions of cryptocurrencies. Some are faster, some are cheaper, some have layer 2, layer 3 solutions, and so on, which just proves the innovation and the speed, how things are picking up when it comes to cryptocurrencies. One thing I want to touch when about the opportunities that more and more usage of cryptocurrencies bring is the transferability and accessibility, and current traditional finance solutions just are completely outmatched. You can transfer money in a matter of seconds, although Bitcoin block still takes 10 minutes to be mined, and it takes a few more blocks to be fully considered that transaction has happened. As I said, there are other layers on top of traditional Bitcoin blockchain, like Lightning Network, that actually does these transactions extremely fast, and that the scalability issue mentioned before is being addressed, and the newer solutions are considering that and solving that problem, and sending money to anyone that lives in another country and uses another bank may take a day, maybe several days. If there's a weekend in between, then it takes even longer. And the speed of living, so to speak, is just becoming faster and faster. And soon such scenario that you are receiving your money 2 days later or 3 days later is just not going to cut it anymore. There must be new solutions coming up, and some of those neo banks are solving it. The Revolut was touched in the previous talk. But still, that is within the Revolut ecosystem. You can send money instantly. But then again, for regular banks, it's also like that. You would send the money pretty fast, probably even on Sundays and Saturdays. But across the banks, it's harder. And it's not just when you are sending the money to a friend, it takes quite a long time. Even if you just purchase something with your card at a store, the store doesn't get the money instantly. Your balance is deducted more or less instantly, but it's not. But the shop itself receives the money still a few days later, and those few days can mean a difference. The merchants need to have bigger reserves in order to compensate for several days of delays, and that's there's a whole new opportunities and possibilities what opens up if it is the case that money flows instantly, all directions. That hasn't been like that, well, up until now. And that is something to sort of some element to play around. Also, the price. Again, some of the blockchains are some of the blockchain transactions are expensive. That is true. But then again, there are alternative solutions that in the crypto sphere that actually are not pricey. The price is going down, and it's going down significantly through either the projects themselves change something in order to drive the price down, or there are layer 2 solutions that does it. And paying some monthly fee, that's just not going to happen in crypto world. That's not how it's going to work. And since the transactions are actually becoming more and more cheap, in certain scenarios we're talking about below 1 cent, then, and if you can say that they are also fairly fast, then this brings cryptocurrencies in a weird place. It can start to compete with SWIFT and SEPA payment systems. Even more, it can start to compete with Visa and MasterCard. And currently, it's not really heard of that some blockchains can outcompete that. And it is somewhat true that all old blockchains that were built 15 years ago are not ready to take the amount of transactions that Visa currently has. That is true. But first of all, that was the first cryptocurrency in the world. Whoever built it couldn't necessarily foresee how popular the Bitcoin will become and how many transactions eventually there will be. And even then, there are, as I was mentioning, there are plenty of solutions that actually tackle this speed issue and throughput issue fairly good. Yeah, currently the payment providers of different sort takes about 1.5% of payment. So if you just step back and listen at that number, so all the card payments in the world, what is the amount of that? How many payments are there happening in this second in the world somewhere? Somebody takes 1.5% or more of that. That is insane amounts of money and taken away from the merchants and others. Blockchain is promising to solve that. The tech is there. The scalability issues, although existing, there are clear ideas how to solve that. So the only thing that is not fully functional is the regulations, but even that is changing, and that's coming to in few short years. Then there is the ownership element of crypto. So and current financial systems. So what in crypto business is considered ownership is who has the full power to transfer and control the assets. Well, in bank's case, actually, bank has the ownership, or in the business it's called custody. So you go to a bank and you give your money to them. That's what's happening, and that's good. You get some annual interest for doing that. However, that puts you in an interesting position, and in a whole financial sector in an interesting position, is that what happens if something happens to the bank? What happens if you cannot transfer the money out or in? What happens if there are some reputation issues or some other issues with that bank? What happens if you're trying to send out like bigger amounts of money and the bank just halts your transaction? Can you really rely on all transactions going smoothly? Ask yourself a question. Have you ever thought about a certain transaction? Will it actually go through? You're sending money to someone. Will they actually receive it? Let's send a test amount maybe first, or and then send the actual amount. Yeah. What if they start to ask all kinds of questions and so on and so forth? And so there are certain policies that that governments implement in order to bail out individuals who have lost in a bank run, say 100K, or in America I think it is 250,000. Well, that protects deposits up to 250,000. What if that's not enough? What if bank customers have much more than that? This customer protection program was supposedly protecting banks from bank runs, but as it happened to Silicon Valley Bank, the 250,000 sort of level, that was just too short, because many of the customers had millions in that bank. That's why it was not protected from the bank runs, and that is due to the fact that you don't own your money. The bank has full custody of it, and so with as you are the proud owner of your private keys, then actually this system allows the customer itself, the people, to be owners of their money, and that in turn brings out the stability of the system, and the governments don't necessarily have to guarantee some deposit protection, because the money was never sent elsewhere. People were owners of their money in the first place, and next, the transparency issue. So cryptocurrencies for a long time were dubbed as like drug money, or some I don't know, illegal weapons trading money or something like that. That argument, although could be true maybe in the early days of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, it's definitely the worst absolute idea to pay for for something illegal with the cryptocurrencies. That thing is going to stay in the public blockchain forever, like literally forever, and it's going to be public forever. So with an advent of all kinds of blockchain forensics tools that can analyze and trace a certain transaction patterns and how money flows around the blockchain, to use blockchain for something illegal is, well, that's just downright dangerous. Nobody wants to do that, and that's why first of all it's that the blockchain is transparent, and with all the possible tools, it can be very beneficial and even useful to governments to be able to monitor that and use to its advantage. The democracy element of cryptocurrencies is also, I think, very, very important element. First of all, it's available 24/7 for everyone, everywhere. We in Gravity team know probably it the best. We were just 3 random guys who started the trading in some trading venues, crypto exchanges, some 6 years ago, and that is not so easy when it comes to traditional finance. You have to be in a millionaires club, and only then you can access certain instruments. So the democracy is big extra benefit of cryptocurrencies. So there are all kinds of extra tools coming out lately that are not necessarily related to finance. Well, since this is a finance hackathon, I will briefly touch upon them. Like NFTs, some of you have heard about it, which is pretty much the way how you specify ownership of things in the blockchain, about art, about real estate, about some companies or something like that. So you just write a record that this wallet owns that property, and it's also publicly available. ICOs and different flavors of those have happened. That's like a fundraising tool. You have DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations, for governance purposes. There are all kinds of ideas and projects that do fractionalizing, which means splitting ownership of otherwise large thing, for example, real estate, that you can buy a piece of it and sell it in secondary market. That's why in that way making previously illiquid assets very liquid. So it's very easy to sell because you can fractionalize an apartment and sell it in open market. And there is also decentralized storage or decentralized computing, and all kinds of blockchain enhanced tools that leverage blockchain ecosystem. So when it comes to finance, there are very many new opportunities that has arisen recently, and there are also very many extra tools that the blockchain enhances, and feel free to explore that. And there are plenty of wonderful hackathon ideas regarding cryptocurrencies and blockchain. Yep. Thank you.
All right. I mean, loads of things to think about, lots of provocation, and to be honest, also uncomfortable questions and issues that you raised. And I think it's very good. It's very good for our audience today that consider participation in hackathon and some potential solutions for the problems that you mentioned. But we need to move on. Our schedule is very tight. We have our last speaker before we jump into Q&A session. So Tīna, I'm inviting you to the stage. Tīna is representing Fintech Latvia Association. I'm sorry. So let's talk about the association and also the financial literacy as a separate topic.
Thank you. So I guess I will first share my presentation. So yes, my name is Tīna Luse, and I'm manager of Fintech Latvia Association. And I was asked to shortly describe the trends in financial literacy and also tell about association itself. Yes, in the speaking about the financial literacy, we see that the world has transformed quite significantly in the last decade, especially as both the previous speakers mentioned that since 2008, due to various reasons, the way how we deal with our finances has transformed very radically. If before we had to go to the bank, access cash, and then to transactions, then currently we do everything, basically everything, with the touch of our smartphone or even watch, even rings. We can handle our finances from everywhere in the world. So understandably, it takes us to the next topic, that all these transformations need to bring also digital financial education to a forefront first, because we are now living in a digital first world, and it means that also the financial literacy has to be approached differently. And Kārlis mentioned in the beginning of the session this dramatic percentage of population that wouldn't be able to pass a very simple financial literacy test. So it just indicates as to how important financial literacy development is also in this world where financial services and accessibility of financial services is developing so quickly. So we need to learn like plethora of things. We need to understand how all the options available to us are working, how cryptocurrencies are working, how we can pay, how we can buy, how we can take loans. And with all that, we also need to learn how not to become victim of a fraud. So that is definitely one very important trend in financial literacy education as well. Another topic that I would like to touch is that while all these changes in financial service world and has created about financial inclusion, and it has made financial services more accessible to all demographics, not only to those who were capable of having a bank account earlier days. Now the access to finances has been made more broader. Access to finances has been made to previously underserved communities. And with all that, of course, this is all good. This has brought us the financial inclusion aspect. But with all that, we also need to understand that also the financial literacy and financial education needs to be brought to all these demographics and communities and address all peoples who use digital financial services. So if we speak more about trends, then as some of the recent trends, of course, the community and financial digital education comes in the forefront. What we see that a trend of workplace financial wellness is developing. More and more employers see that they need to provide this knowledge to their employees, and they need to help their employees to better manage their finances. So employers are offering more and more services and tools how to help their employees to deal with their challenges in financial world. And in all that, of course, tech and fintech also comes in handy. And the same way, also all sorts of peer learning and community support platforms are coming in handy. So, and below, I have just mentioned some random brands. One of them is also a Latvian brand that are providing these options for their customers. So they are providing either creating these online communities where peers can discuss and learn from each other, from their successes and challenges. And there are also special tools that help employees in a workspace to manage their finances, like retirement planning, debt management, health savings, etc., etc. Also, if we're speaking about trends, then especially in financial technologies, behavioral finance is getting a lot of traction. So here I have listed some of the biases that we as human beings are all subject to, and just to name a few of those, one is loss aversion. We generally tend to take losses more strongly than some success. So because of this behavioral trend, we would be inclined to, for instance, avoid taking the selling the loss-making investment because of fear to lose even more. We also tend to be sometimes overconfident. We sometimes think that we will outperform market, and therefore we are taking too much risk and making bad investment choices. There is also a bias called anchoring, which makes us to rely too heavily of some one piece of information that is called the anchor, while in effect it is actually irrelevant or arbitrary to make a wholesome financial decision. Then, of course, we all have heard of herding behavior, where we really tend to follow, as an individuals, we tend to follow the actions of the crowd, or, for instance, other investors, and that eventually creates some market bubbles and crashes. Then there is also confirmation bias. We tend to select out of the plethora of data, we only tend to select out that data or those facts that confirm our pre-existing beliefs and ignore the other evidence that contradicts to our pre-existing beliefs. And so on and so on. And with the development of technology and data analytics, it is possible to include all these biases in tools that help us make better decisions. And I will show some examples of how behavioral finance can be used and is being used. Because actually, if you would Google or ask ChatGPT about any of these examples, they would give you many market examples that are existing, that are addressing these use cases in one way or another. So among these, we can see that there are budgeting apps, and that would nudge users towards better financial habits by including them, by sending them reminders to review their budgets or to follow their savings plans. We can see that there are investment platforms that provide the questions in such a way to properly assess the risk appetite of a certain investor, and then are able to give more tailored recommendations for individual to invest. we see that there are financial wellness programs that are using gamification. For instance, awarding some points for reaching some certain goals. We see that there is gaming used in financial education. That is, for instance, simulating the real-world financial scenarios and thus enabling us to play with financial decisions in a more safe environment and thus improve our financial literacy. Then there are behavioral saving apps that for instance, use techniques like rounding up some savings. For instance, if we know that there are apps that allow us to transfer some amount whenever to a deposit account whenever we are making some purchase, and there are solutions that round up these numbers that are being transferred to the deposit or saving account. And there are also robo-advisors used who can help to optimize the strategies that we are making as investors and thus minimize emotional decision making. Among other trends, to mention, of course, very obvious is AI, that will be increasingly used in all these solutions that I already touched upon earlier. But someone already mentioned previously embedded finance, and there could be also embedded financial literacy tools that come along with the financial service. For instance, if you are, imagine if you're going into e-shop, and you are offered to buy now and pay later, and then some solution also helps you to understand whether you can actually buy at all the product, whether it could be more advisable for you to not buy at this time, or it could help you to also calculate automatically in how much later payments you could afford something. Very attractive trend is, of course, gamification, which I already mentioned earlier, but that is increasingly used both in financial education and services. And of course, it helps especially reach out to younger generations. Same way as Nauris already was telling about personalized finance in a very interesting way. There is also personalized learning. So solutions for that also can be created. And of course, sustainability and sustainable finance and education about sustainable finance tools that are there on the market will also become more and more popular and required by the market. And now shortly about our association and Latvian Fintech ecosystem. So here you can see our members and partners. We are representing various types of fintech companies, be it digital lending, crowdfunding, investment platforms, regtech, business lending, etc. We are acting for our members as lobbyist and representative of interests, helping to improve legal acts, helping to network, and helping to promote our members' interests and helping to promote our members to become better participants in the ecosystem. We are also a proud member of European Digital Financial Services Association. So we can help our members to reach out to the Brussels, so to say, when a new piece of legislation is taken there. We are providing various public relations initiatives and networking opportunities for our members. As one to mention is Fintech Pulse digital magazine. The QR code will lead you to the last year's magazine, where you can actually find all the newest trends and happenings in our fintech ecosystem. We are also doing a series of events called Fintech Breakfast, where we are meeting offline over a cup of coffee between the ecosystem members and also policymakers and regulators to discuss various pain points and topics that need to be resolved. We are also creating educational opportunities for our members and also broader ecosystem. And last but not the least, I wanted to again remind to participants of a hackathon that Latvia can actually be a great place to create your next fintech unicorn. And in one of the previous sessions, the representative of the Bank of Latvia already explained in detail about all the support mechanisms that we have in place to help you on your way. So I will not go into each and every one of them in detail, but I can just really reconfirm as a representative of the ecosystem, I can reconfirm that our central bank is very open and very helpful and looking forward to meet and see new market participants, and they are really willing to have new companies to come over for a coffee and discuss your new ideas. So I hope you will have a great time in hackathon, and afterwards also you will become a market participant in Latvia. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Tīna, so much. I guess we are almost out of time, but let's at least one question for each of you. So I'd like to have all the speakers back on stage. Yes, it's already happening. Nice. Thanks so much for your stories and your insights. That's, I think, very helpful and could create some fresh ideas for our potential participants of the hackathon. Krišs, maybe you could, as a person that has participated in about 15 different hackathons, I was quite amazed by this number. I mean, what's your, I don't know, general takeaway, or I don't know, maybe an advice for a potential participant that's going to be in hackathon for the first time, or what to expect, and do's and don'ts? I mean.
Yeah, this is. I have thought about this question before in previous hackathons. There are actually several angles you can address this. First of all, figure out what do you expect from the hackathon. There are several things you can expect. One thing is to win. Well, kind of obvious, but not everyone wants to win. For example, I didn't necessarily want to win. I wanted to, since I'm a techie, I am a tech guy, I'm a CTO and a developer. I wanted to try new languages, try new frameworks, try something that I cannot try in my job, right? So I was going for some fun factor of it, and it is important to when you are putting the teams together. There are several hackathons, several ways how the teams are being put together. It is very good that the other team members have the same sort of idea what they're going for. Yeah, as I was saying, some want to be extremely competitive and will sort of only allow the idea that's going to win. Others will explore more fringe technologies and try to have fun. Some will be hardworking, working without sleep or with very little sleep. Some will be very laid back and not care so much. So it is very good to sort of address this.
Okay, thank you so much. Maybe another one, since we're talking, Krišs. You mentioned blockchain as a promising technology that could even maybe replace or compete with Swift, Visa, and Mastercard. But you also touched upon the different, I don't know, disadvantages maybe of this technology. So, what advancements in blockchain technology are you most looking forward to, and how can they make an impact? I mean, short answer if possible.
Yeah. So the regulations, that is very important. Most of my talk was regarding regulations. So the governments must legitimize this new cause, this new technology, and understand it. And this is actually happening. So if we're talking about technology specifically, then probably I think what is missing is very good tools for dealing with that. Very easy way how to do payments. There is some applications that allow you to do those payments, but they are not very comfortable. Like MetaMask, it's a hassle to install it and use it. So you have to be like very proficient in blockchain to do that. So user friendly applications is something that's still missing.
Okay, that's clear enough. Thank you. Nauris, you, as I said, you mentioned several nice examples, and also you offered a clear roadmap for new ideas that are going to be implemented and the ways to do that. But what about the voice of customer? How do you measure the success and also impact of personalized financial services on customer satisfaction and their engagement? How do you do that? And how do you suggest to do that?
That's that tough question, because we have this, actually Tīna mentioned these biases, and those also are for like founders. Also, they have the same biases as well. So we actually expect that something that we are building that will be needed for many people, but that's mostly not the case. So one good I would say rule of thumb is that I have heard from Estonian founders is that if you don't think that you have a traction, then there's no traction, because as soon as you feel you actually will have this feeling. There's no like one answer, but you will know when there's traction or engagement with your solution. So, and if you don't feel it, then it means that you don't have it. So that's the very short answer on that.
Okay, it's almost like trusting your gut feeling.
Yeah, if you're questioning that, there is some users, maybe there's traction. That means you don't have traction. You will see that there is skyrocketing. Okay, yeah, this is a traction, and you know there is a traction.
That should be a good sign. Yeah, I see. All right. Question to Tīna. You mentioned different events the association does, including meetings with the policymakers. So, how do you see how is the regulations environment in Latvia evolving to support fintech innovation? Is it supporting it, and what's the prediction for the future?
I think that in the recent years it actually is supporting it. And we have increasing interest both from the Ministry of Finance and our central bank is very open. Sometimes we still might want to have a little bit more speed in adapting new solutions. But overall, I can say that we can be actually very happy about our regulator and about openness of our regulator, because I have been sitting in several meetings with some investors or new companies where the regulator is saying, don't apply for formal procedures, don't apply with some applications, and don't do formalities. Just come over for a coffee, and we will meet you with our team and help to guide you through our landscape. So I can just invite everyone to try this out.
Okay, thank you. Kārlis, you answered already, I see in YouTube, the question about the criteria for the hackathon. So what about the number of teams? Is it 6 themes and 6 teams, or it's not?
No. So the max amount of the teams is 30. So we will see. Probably we can make some changes on that. But as for each team, we will provide specific dedicated team coach. So we have some limits. So that's why we have some limits to provide good hackathon experience from everyone to provide all the necessary resources. Yeah. But
Alright.
I invite everyone who are interested to participate in the hackathon to join this Thursday on the matchmaking and team formation event. And during this event, we will go through all the practical things like the judging criteria, the team selection, and we will answer all the questions, how and where and when. So feel free to just join this event, and we will cover mostly all the practical things regarding the hackathon. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, our today's speakers. Thanks to the audience, and we hope that you will be a participant of this hackathon. So just make sure to apply until April 4th, just 2 more days. OpenFinHack.com is the website to do so, OpenFinHack.com. So make sure to be on time. Thanks so much for watching this event, and see you in the hackathon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Yo, check it out. We got the visionaries in the house. Open FinHack, we finna break it down. Coders, designers, all hustling in the game. Create solutions, taking finance to a new plane. Open FinHack, we break the barriers, we set the pace. Unlocking the future, we taking finance to a new place. Collaboration and innovation, that's a style. Open FinHack, where dreams become a lifestyle. We got the visionaries in the house. Open FinHack, we finna break it down. Coders, designers, all hustling in the game. Create solutions, taking finance to a new plane. Open FinHack, we break the barriers, we set the pace. Unlocking the future, we taking finance to a new place. Collaboration and innovation, that's our style. Open FinHack, where big things soon will arrive.